I'm going to be starting a new thing called the Stone Christian. And yes, I smoke weed, but that's not what this is about. This is about all the people that we get stoned by. Those who stone us, those that we stone, the ones that from the Old Testament, still believing in the Old Testament, living by the shame and guilt, all of that goes with it. And that's where all of that damage that went on in the Old Testament is true, it's real. I wholeheartedly believe all of that. The thing is there was a lot of damage. There was a lot of mental, physical, and spiritual damage that was done on that journey. And Jesus came to heal us from that. And that's where I want to take this. So we are the Stone Christians. We are the ones that have been beat down. We aren't the ones that were born into it and grew up into a beautiful family and successful life with a big old family and life and kids and all of that. We're not those people. We are the different ones. But we have the stories of survival. And there's survival in everything, you know. Survival and failure of business. You know, see, CEOs go through this too. They lose everything that they've worked for, and then they got to start over. And I mean, I'm not a CEO, but I started over 4 times in my life from ground zero. Lose the job, the house, and everything. Go back, live with mom for a while. Got back up on my feet, get hurt again, go back and live with mom for a while. 4 times that happened, but this last time I wasn't sure I was going to make it. But during that period, it's what inspired me to do this, because there's a lot of us that are out there that are dealing with this exact same thing, and I made it through, and I want to show others how you can make it through, encourage you to make it through, be persistent to make it through, and life is better. It's my journey is my journey. It's nobody else's. There may be some similarities somewhere along the line with some people, but it was my journey. So that's what's amazing when you go into AA rooms and you start hearing these stories. Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah, they're tragic, but they're similar to yours, and you're no longer alone where you have to hold on to that crap. Oh, this is where you're able to sit there and let out, you know. You don't have to let it out on me. I don't know how much I'm going to be responding. The way if I'm going to be responding to any comments, it's just probably like this. I'll just pick out a topic and make a session out of it. But we are going to get into the Bible and just not focusing 100% on the technical side of recovery, you know, and constant, you know, pushing it in the brain, because that's not how recovery works. You take a little bit, you use it, you get used to it, you enter into your life, and then you read something else. And little pieces build up your spirit. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking little pieces of spiritual connections, our spiritual journeys, our similarities. Everybody that's gone through hell has a story of how they got out of it. And those are the stories that need to be told right now. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be a new direction of what God's called me to do. I've been plagued with this for years right now, trying to discover how this is going to work. But it's always been in the back of my mind, and it's always been a step in this direction. It doesn't have to be finished. It's a journey. If you put your all into it, and you commit to it, and apply it, the more you apply, the more you get out of it, is the key thing. But physically, emotionally, and disabled people have a hard time keeping up with that stuff. And like right now, my back is doing good, my gut is coming back around, so I have a short window where I can get out and do stuff. I'm looking forward to it. This is one of them. I wanted to get started on this. Watching hockey, listen to Pink Floyd. So yeah, life is good at the Lane home. But it's not good for a lot of homes, and consider survivor's guilt that I'm not out there on the street with you. So for those that are on the street, for those that have access to that, great. This, I do a lot of reference to Bishop Jakes, Creflo Dollar, South Park, yes, even South Park. That's just, I coined it. I'm a Christian with a South Park attitude, and it's not biblical. It's part of the sin side of things, and that's a different topic. But just to let you know, sin is not something that's going to put you in hell. Sin is what you're doing right now that's keeping you in hell. And those are the sins that we're trying to quit. Those are the sins that we got to stop. Whether it's gossiping, whether it's denial, whether it's drugs, alcohol, rage. All of those things, any of those things cause us harm. And nobody, I mean, yeah, it'll hurt other people. But that's where we're in the wrong, because we get satisfied by hurting other people, and that's not what it's about. People had hurt us, and yeah, we want to reach out and bust them up, but that's not what this is about. This is about understanding that, yeah, they've gone through some hell, and a little empathy. I'm a little bit more empathetic than I should be, I believe, but just understanding that they're going to have a bad day too, just like you are, and give them a break, just like you give yourself a break. It's the mind shift. It's just how you start looking at things, to be a little calmer, a little nicer. All of us has been under a tremendous amount of heat, and I'm 60. I got out of the Air Force when the wall came down, and as soon as that wall came down, it was like the attack started. Kuwait gets invaded, we go rescue Kuwait. Well, now all the Muslims hate us because we were over there. So Clinton gets in, and Oxy gets released under him. He invites the Taliban into the White House, shaking hands with Osama bin Laden. Life was weird. And this just perpetuated, and that's basically what all this is. This is an attack on Americanism by the world, and a lot of us suffered a lot of damage from it, both the drugs, from mental illness, from the psych warfare game, from the manipulation through the media, through all of it. It has just been one. I mean, that is political warfare. It is a mind game on the people. It is just playing the people. Let's see how bad we can get these people angry. Let's see what we can do. And we get there. 2020 was when I stopped, because I was so riled up during that I couldn't do it anymore. I was never going to get that mad again at politics. And it's a huge issue. I mean, we are dealing with the biggest drug, mental health, and homeless crisis ever in this country. And it's all deliberate, 100% deliberate by our politicians. And we have a president that sees it that way. He's a businessman, he's not a politician. He's just getting the shit done to get money back into Americans' wallets. And I'm not going to get any more than that about politics. The thing is that he's doing a good job. If you vote against it, that you're voting socialist and more deaths of Americans. It's the bottom line. You don't have to like them. Just don't vote socialist. And then once we get all the socialists out of the Democratic Party and reestablish the Democratic Party, then we can probably start looking at maybe even a three-party system. Who the hell knows? But all we need to do is just get past this tit for tat that's been going on since fossils came, you know, since fossils were living. Your Bernie Sanders and your Bidens, I mean, these guys have no business being in there. They don't. They're the Pelosi's. People like that have no business in politics, but we vote them in because they represent us. And no, they don't. Not one thing. Because I was falling for it, thinking, yeah, okay, because I just got out of the military in '90. I was pissed off at the military for a long time. And it got worse when I was in the VA. But anyway, different story, different topic altogether. But where are we going with this? Let me get my dog. I gotta get my dog. Hey, kitty. I'm coming. Coming. Tippy. Alright. Hello. What up, puppy dog? You puppy dog. I'm gonna be in here. Alright. Well, I'll have to cut back to that because I forgot what the topic was. But anyway, this isn't about politics. This is the damage that politics did to Americans. So that's what I'm here for. Okay? Jesus came to bring the change from the Old Testament to the New Testament. He came to heal, save, and let people know that they no longer have to worry about that. They can just live by His Word, embrace His Word, and grow in His Word. And that's what He wanted us to do. And I do, and I did, and I am. But it's been an amazing ride, and I just want to share it. It's worth it. So hold on to your cabooses.